Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast, where we talk about how you can build a better you. I'm the bad influence that you need in your life, Bjordan Banderas, and let's get today's episode started. But first, let me ask you something. How many times today have you told yourself that you're not good enough? I know you might be listening to this early in the morning, but for a lot of you, you guys start doing this negative self talk from the moment you wake up. You know, when you tell yourself that you're not worthy and that you suck, all this negative shit, right? Maybe it's been in the back of your mind all day. That little voice whispering you don't deserve success, happiness, or love. Well, here's the truth. That voice is lying to you. We all have that fucking negative voice in our heads. And for some of us, it's loud. Really, really, really loud. But what if I told you that negative self-talk is one of the biggest obstacles standing between you and the life you deserve? That voice isn't telling you the fucking truth. It's holding you back. And in today's episode, we're going to break down how to recognize it, how to fight back, and how to transform that negativity into positivity, which is what you need in life in order for you to move up. And by the end of this episode, I want you to walk away with tools to stop that negative self-talk, shift it into positive self-talk, and become a completely different person. Someone who thrives in their life, their relationships, and their career, which is obviously important. This transformation isn't just possible, it's mandatory if you want to live your best life. But here's the fucking problem with negative self-talk. It's sneaky. It creeps in slowly, and before you know it, that voice in your head becomes the loudest thing you hear all day, every day. It tells you things like you're not smart enough, you're not attractive enough, or you'll never succeed. The worst part is you start believing it after a while. Sometimes it takes a few weeks, sometimes it takes a few years, but it breaks you down. It literally punches you so hard that you're on your knees believing what you're hearing. And let me tell you, that negative self-talk is dangerous. It affects every area of your life, your mental health, your physical health, your relationships, and even your productivity at work. It's like a virus that spreads into everything you do. You might not even realize it, but it's holding you back from everything you're capable of. In your mental health, it ramps up anxiety, depression, and can even lead to post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. It keeps you stuck in a loop of low self-esteem and constant sadness. You start to look like literally the character Sadness from the movie Inside Out. You're like, oh no, you literally turn blue. You look like that to other people. And physically, it takes a toll too. Chronic stress from negative self-talk weakens your immune system, disrupts your sleep, and can lead to long-term health issues. A lot of people don't believe this, but you can look it up. You can hear doctors talk about it, because in the end, and this is so fucking true, stress causes inflammation. Stress causes heart issues. Stress literally can kill you. Now, in your relationships, it makes you pull away from others. It causes conflict and makes intimacy feel impossible. Because you have this little fucking sneaky voice telling you like, he doesn't deserve you, she doesn't deserve you, you'll never be good enough, shit like that. It even damages your productivity because you can't focus or reach your goals when you're constantly doubting yourself. Because there's no way you can hit 100% of your goals when you're telling yourself, or when you have this little voice telling you you suck, that you're not good enough and all of that. And listen, I've been there myself. There was a time before I met my wife when I had an opportunity to get a better job. This was a promotion that could have elevated my career. The people offering it to me knew I was a hard worker. They knew I could handle it, but I couldn't say yes. You know why? Because in my head, that negative voice was screaming at me, "You don't deserve this. You haven't earned it. You're not good enough." So I turned it down. I was like, "No thanks, this isn't for me. I don't want it." No one asked me why I didn't take the opportunity, but the truth is, I was held back by my own mind. I thought I wasn't worthy of good things, that I didn't deserve success because of where I grew up, how I grew up, because of my family, so many things. That's how powerful negative self talk can be. It can make you sabotage your own future. Sometimes, even in your own relationships. I have done this and I have seen people do it. They have the best partner in the fucking world. Someone that believes in them, someone that trusts them, someone that wants the best for them, but because you don't feel good enough, you end up doing something stupid and damage the relationship. And then your partner walks away and you didn't even know that you lost the best thing in your life. But here's the thing. I didn't stay stuck there. I realized that I had to make a change. That voice wasn't going to go away on its own, and I couldn't let it control me anymore. I was like, no, I have to change. And this is obviously when my wife got sick, so I had to make a fucking choice. I had to commit to change this. I started challenging it. Every time that negative voice came up and said, "You don't deserve this," I questioned it. I asked myself, why don't I deserve it? I've worked hard. I've earned this. And over time, I realized that negative voice was actually wrong. And that's what I want to help you do. I want you to recognize when that voice in your head is holding you back and start challenging it, just like I did. Because once you shift from negative self-talk to positive self-talk, everything, and I mean everything, changes. Now, I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it. This process takes time. For me, it took years. We're talking about 5 to 7 years before I really saw the change. It might be less for you, it might be more for you, but you have to be patient. And that's important for you to understand. This is not an overnight transformation. You're literally fighting against yourself, against a voice that has been conditioned by past experiences, by people who may have told you that you weren't good enough. You're going to need so much fucking patience, effort, and commitment. That negative voice is going to try to come back. And when it does, you have to fight it again. Every time you miss a deadline, every time you feel sad, every time you feel negative about yourself, that voice is going to creep in and you're going to have to fight it. But trust me, doing this, it's worth it. Once I started challenging that voice, opportunities opened up for me that I never thought possible. I started seeing things differently. I started thinking, I can do this. I do deserve better. And it wasn't just about career opportunities. My relationships improved because I wasn't carrying around the weight of self-doubt all the fucking time. I had more energy, more confidence. And I could show up for the people in my life in a much better way. That's the power of changing your self-talk. So if you're just starting this journey, understand that it's going to take time, but don't give up. Don't. You're not fighting alone. You're fighting for your future, for your happiness, and for your peace of mind. So let's get to the nitty-gritty. How do you start? What's the first step in shifting from negative self-talk to positive self-talk? And I think that's an answer, a question that you should always ask when you start this. Well, the first thing you need to do is create a list of positive affirmations. These are statements that remind you of your worth, your capabilities, and your potential. They can be as simple as I deserve happiness, I am capable, or I am enough. These affirmations are not just feel good words. They are rewiring your brain. There's neuroscience behind this. That's why we have neuroplasticity, because this helps you. Every time you repeat them, you're pushing out the negative thoughts and replacing them with positive ones. And over time, your brain starts to believe it. You start to believe it, and that's when the real change happens. Another tool is to challenge the negative thoughts when they come up. Ask yourself, is this really true? If that voice says you're not good enough, counter it with evidence from your life that proves otherwise. Just do it like that. Find the memories that are good, that can actually show that negative voice that it's wrong. I did this. Did you accomplish something recently? Did someone compliment your work? Use those moments to push back against the negativity. And lastly, this is important. This is why it's the last step. Practice gratitude. Every day, focus on what's good in your life. It could be something small, like a good conversation you had with a friend or a moment of peace you felt during the day. When you shift your focus to the positive, it helps drown out the negative voice. At one point, you don't even hear it anymore. You just hear like, ooh, 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 like you're drowning it. Like it's stopping. It's shutting itself up. And that's what you need to do. Here's something important to remember. Changing your self-talk doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone around you. When you stop the cycle of negativity in your head, you start showing up in a better way for the people you care about. I've seen this in my own life. When I quit my job at the mortgage servicer, SPS, that was the moment I realized I deserve better. I was like, shit, I deserve better. These fuckers don't need me. They don't deserve me. They treat me like shit. And because I believed that, I got a better job. And then I realized I could do even more. I kept pushing myself to aim higher. And eventually, I got the job I'm at now. A job that pays me better, treats me better, and gives me the space to be myself. My relationships improved too. I was no longer moody or tired from battling that negative voice all the fucking time. I had more patience, more energy, and I could actually listen and engage with the people I care about. My marriage got better. My friendships deepened. And I was finally living instead of just surviving it, which is amazing. And that's what I want you to understand. That's the ripple effect of changing your self-talk. It doesn't just benefit you. It benefits everyone around you. So if you won't do it for yourself, do it for the people who love you. They deserve the best version of you. And so do you. At the end of the day, you have two choices. You can keep listening to that negative voice that tells you you're not good enough, or you can start fighting back. You can start challenging it, replacing it, and rewiring your mind to believe in your worth. And I know it can be done because this is what I've done. My wife has done it. She's working on it, and it's working better for her. Friends have done it. Clients have done it. And here's the thing. And I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say, because not a lot of people see it this way. Negative self-talk isn't just some harmless thought pattern. It's toxic. It affects your mental and physical health, your relationships, and your ability to succeed. But the good news is that you have the power to change it. You have the power to create the life you want, but it all starts with your mind. So here's what I want you to do. Start small. I always want you to start small. Don't go from step 1 to step number 50. You cannot do that. You're going to fail because you haven't built the foundation. So try this. Write down 3 positive affirmations and say them to yourself every single morning. Challenge that negative voice whenever it pops up. And remind yourself that you are in control of your life. You're the CEO of your life. You have the power to change. And it all starts now. It starts the moment that you say to yourself, enough is enough. Fuck this bullshit. Fuck that negative voice. I know I can do better and I'm going to do better. But you have to follow certain steps. You have to create a plan. You cannot fight this without a plan. And that's why you have to challenge it. That has to be step 1 in your plan. Challenge that negative self voice. And if you don't know, this is one thing that I forgot to say. If you think that you can't do it alone, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to say to your friend, to your best friend, to your confidant, to your partner, hey, help me challenge that voice. Ask me questions about why I'm good, what I'm good at, how good was my day, things like that. And that helps you. I did some of these things. And it helps. So you have the steps to start this today. So don't wait. Don't wait until next year. We're in October. Do it now. Do it now. This is the moment you've been waiting for. To take control of your life. To take control of your mind. And when you do that, everything will change. You will see things in a different way, in a different light. You're going to see opportunities. You're going to see missed opportunities and be like, shit, I missed that opportunity. But next time, I won't let any opportunity get away from me. I'm going to take it and I'm going to use it and I'm going to improve my fucking life. And that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in to the Bad Influence podcast. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, don't let that negative voice control your life. Take control, make the change, and start living the life you deserve. Until next time, keep pushing forward and never stop believing in yourself. And have a great day.